Sandra. Really nice to see you. Welcome to APAM, Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, Day 11. Yes, it's not far off midnight, but I always promised you I would upload 31 live videos for this channel, so I'm doing that. I got back from London after my trip to the UK Asexuality Conference in the early hours of this morning, so I did sleep for quite a bit of time today. And then I've been trying to catch up on emails and sorting things out for my site. If you didn't know already, asexualizeacademy.com is the place to be for education about asexuality. So if you haven't noticed already, if you go to asexualizeacademy.com, you can get a free course in asexuality and the asexual spectrum. It's a 9-part video series, absolutely free, and it takes you through all the basics of asexuality. Now, I know a lot of asexuals think they know all about asexuality, and that is great, but I still get many asexuals coming in my group who still don't fully understand what the asexual spectrum is. I ask the question when people ask to join my group, where do you fall in the asexual spectrum? And some people have never even heard of the asexual spectrum. Some people are confused. Some people don't understand what it is or where they fit. So the 9-part video training series covers the asexual spectrum as well. And it also covers the aromantic spectrum within that spectrum and much more besides. And in order to help you remember the asexual spectrum, I do the string analogy, which is a very dead simple way of remembering it. And then I go more in depth with the spider's diagram. So if you want to understand asexuality more and make sure all your foundation and basics are there and knowledge, which you might be surprised is maybe lacking, then please go to Asexualise Academy. I saw fish yesterday in the aquarium and I'm thinking of cod. Sorry. Asexualizeacademy.com. That was quite hilarious, wasn't it? So Asexualise, which is spelt as my usual brand, academy.com. So yeah, that's basically the world's first online training centre and school for asexual and asexuality. So if you want to get educated in the future, there will be paid for courses on there, because it is a proper training school. I'm putting a lot of time and effort into the videos. I mean, that course alone that's free took me 4 days to do, to record all the videos, to make sure I got it edited the best way possible. It's actually 14 sections for 9 parts. So that takes a lot of time up, to explain things in a succinct way as possible, to edit it to be the best possible version for you. So it's not a easy thing to do. But this is the world's very first training centre and school for asexuals and asexuality, and I would love this to be my full-time job in the future, forever and a day, because I love educating you guys. You need what I know and I can help you, and I truly believe that I can change lives. And just by the fact the Asexualise Academy actually exists means we will get far many more people knowing about us and taking us seriously, and far many more people understanding asexuality and the world in which we live in, and our mindset and how we operate. This is what people need to understand. They need to understand us, and that asexuality is here to stay, and there are at least 1% population is asexual. So if you haven't already done so, go to asexualizeacademy.com and go and sign up for the free course. You have nothing to lose whatsoever, and tell all your friends about it, because it's a really good course. So anyway, this particular video is about trans reflections from the Asexuality Conference. Hi, Martin. Nice to see you. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about ace trans views from the conference. Now, this week, I'm probably going to be talking about the UK Asexuality Conference. About to check your Facebook message now, actually. Oh, thank you. So this week, I am probably going to, the weekend that you want, we can probably do so far if you want to come to the meet, because I would love to have you there, Martin. It'd be great. So, I'm talking today about the trans views from the conference. So, Yes, I wasn't in the actual gender identities session because I was actually talking myself at the same time that session was on. I was doing the how to arrange a meetup talk. So I didn't get to see that. But what happened before I went into the main conference, before the conference started, I met a person called Steph. Yeah, please do check that you can do it, Martin, you know. Have a serious look because you need to book it up in advance. So does everyone else. At the moment, sorry, for the viewer who's just tuned in, one of my fans and the person who's my camera guy and one of my best friends, who's asexual, is hopefully going to come to an Exeter meet because I'd love to have him there. So if you're watching this, please try and persuade him to come. And even come to Exeter, yeah? So you can join in all the fun we have at the Exeter meets. And so I'm already messaging around all the people to find out if people can come to a meet-up at the end of August, beginning of September. But it's looking likely it's going to be September now. Yes, get your butt down here in the most politest of manner. Sorry. Yeah, so my friend who's my other BFF, he said September's better for him. So, and another woman's replied and said September's looking good. So it's probably going to be the next Exeter main big meetup is going to be in September by the look of it, the 8th and 9th, but I have yet to message a few more people. So, sorry for the interruption to this program if you're watching, but yeah, it's all good, isn't it? Because meetups are so important for connecting to like-minded people and really getting to understand each other better and just feeling that in-person warmth and being happy around to be, you know, being happy to be around like-minded people. So that's why it's so important to arrange meetups. Yeah, and I've only just come back from London, already starting to arrange the next meetup in Exeter. It's great. So in this conference, I was saying that I have not been to the gender identity session because I wasn't in it. But before we went into the conference, I was speaking to this person called Steph, who's a trans guy, and they were explaining, you know, how it is for them. And there was another person who presented as female currently, but she is going to change into a he. And I hope I've got this right because I think Steph is referred to as they and them, and the other person who was in a wheelchair who's changing from female to male form, I think she's going to be a he, but I'm not sure. She might said that they and them at the moment. I don't know. So if I got the pronouns incorrect, I do apologise. But for people who aren't trans, in order to explain it in the simplest terms, I'm trying to explain that the person is currently in female form, but they are going to turn into a guy and they're going to have the treatment soon to physically do that. They were saying they want to grow a beard, etc. And they do have a partner as well who is cool about that and will still love them. And I thought that was so nice to share that perspective, knowing that even though this person's currently got a partner, I think they've got, I thought they had a boyfriend, but not sure. But anyway, they've currently got a partner. Their partner says they'll still love them even with the change. So that is great. I just think that's so, so beautiful and amazing. And I think it's just really, really good. And I was talking to them and I said that I have some male traits that I'm really happy to look like a female, to be like a girl and like a guy in terms of business. But I love my male traits, you know, I do. And so I really believe that people should be who they want to be. That if a guy wants to have female traits and a female wants to have male traits, that's fine, because I think it's just society that says that. It's just traditionally with what we've grown up with as stereotypes. And I do wonder to myself, if society was more accepting of women having male traits and males having female traits, if people, as many people, would still want to be trans or to actually physically change their appearance. I know some of them would, absolutely, because they don't like the female body or the male body they've been given. They hate it. It's not them. It's not who they're meant to be. So, of course, some of the people would want to do that. But I just wonder if there's any people who can relate to what I'm saying in the world, who maybe love their form, but they don't feel quite right. They feel like they're trying to be like that society maybe wanting them to be a woman and do all the things that women traditionally do, like cook, clean, wear a pretty dress and flowery dress and sorry, I shouldn't laugh really, but it's just the opposite of who I am. I like wearing, if I wear a dress, I do wear a dress sometimes, and I do wear what I call my princess dress for me, which I love. But it's just like the traditional female role. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like really outdated now. And it's like I would rather build a website any day than do cooking. I can't stand cooking and cleaning a house. I'd rather build a website. I'd rather talk tech, you know? I'd rather talk tech. I'm not interested in soaps. I don't watch soaps anymore. I used to be a soap addict years ago. I like a guy talking code to me. If a guy talks website code, I'm like, great. This is really riveting and interesting, which most females would hate. They wouldn't be able to stand it. And I love it. I also like my arms to be muscly. I don't like weak arms. I like my arms to be muscly, which is traditionally seen as a guy thing. But I just wonder, if there's people who are in the world and they're afraid to be who they are because society has dictated to them they should be this way or that. And maybe there's a few people in the world, a very few people, who are thinking they need to be completely changed into a man or completely changed into a woman because otherwise they will not be accepted by society as they are. Therefore, they have to transition and change. Whereas if they just accepted that they can be who they want to be in the form they are, providing they like the form they're in, like I do, then everything will be fine. So, Steph was talking about that they were cross-dressing before, and they used to do it loads before they finally accepted who they are. I mean, I'm definitely not trans, I don't want to be a man, but I just used to think stuff like, when I was a kid, like, I think it'd be a lot easier and better if I was a bloke because I just didn't like the way I was treated as a woman, I guess, the way I was treated as a girl, should I say. I don't even like the word woman personally. I like the word girl or business person for me, really. I don't really like the word woman. I just don't. I don't really bring the woman side, mothery side out of me very often. It's kind of like a little bit in there in the mix, but not much protruding through, if you know what I mean. But I get, I'm proud to have some guy traits, and I'm proud that I look female and that I like looking like that. But I know a lot of people that are actual trans. They're not happy with the form of their body. But I just want to reach out, and say, is there anyone that's listening to this video who can relate and think, well, if I was just allowed as a guy to be more feminine, then I wouldn't be so confused, or I wouldn't feel like I was trapped in a body, because I would feel that I'm free to be me in my own body, but free to have these traits of what people would call the opposite gender or opposite sex traits. I just wonder if there's people out there that take drastic action when really that not all of you want to, and you'd rather just be accepted for who you are with the form you've given because you quite like it. I just wondered if there's anyone else who feels like that or can relate to that in some way. I'm not trans. I never will be. I don't know enough about transgender that I should do. I've got so much to learn about it. I'm very new to that area, to speaking to people about it, to having understanding about it. So if I've said anything offensive or anything that you find that's not very nice, I'm really, really sorry. I'm not trying to say anything that's not sensitive. I really respect trans people. I think if you're a man trapped in a female body and you want a female body, you should definitely go and get one, and vice versa. I don't think you should be in a body you're not happy with. I really don't. But what I'm saying is, are there any people in the world that actually have male or female traits that want to keep the form they've got? They don't want to change into the opposite of who they are in terms of looks, but they just want to be themselves and feel they can't in that body because society doesn't like it, doesn't expect it, doesn't want it, and they will be frowned upon by being that way in the body they currently are. So they feel they have to change for society in order to live up to that expectation. So, for example, if I got some male traits, I like web design, I like having muscles, I like telling things like it is, being very blunt about things sometimes. If I have some of those traits, should I, I mean, I don't care what people think, but I love those traits. But do you know what I mean? Some people might not like having those traits and might think that people just won't be able to relate to them or understand them, and therefore they have to take drastic action to change due to people's views on that, and they won't be taken seriously. But I just wondered, is there anyone else like that who feels like that? I just thought it was a really interesting topic that sprung to mind, and it was interesting here Steph's perspective. I mean, Steph is also a polyamorous person, polyamorous or polyamorous, however you pronounce it, person. So that was really interesting. Whereas the other person has got one partner. So yeah, I think it's all good to be yourself and who you're born to be. I personally don't exert, is that the right word to use, the female in me, apart from in the girl form, like in the teenager mindset lifestyle form. Then I like being a female girl, but being a grown adult woman, it's kind of like, yes, I can be adult, but just the woman, I think the woman's side is a bit too motherly, if you know what I mean. I am the female mother bit inside of me when it comes to looking after people. Like, I really care about people, and I am super sensitive, but that's kind of like the young teenage girl in me, that I'm super sensitive sometimes. Yeah. So anyway, have you experienced this? Are you a guy watching this and you've got female traits, or are you a female watching this and you've got male traits, and are you happy with them? Do you outwardly show them to the world, or do you keep them covered up in case you're worried about what society thinks of you and you feel ashamed? I would really, really love to know your point of view. It'd be amazing if there's any trans people watching this. I hope you liked this video, and if you've got anything else to add or tell me or help my understanding, that would be so awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that thought tonight. See what you think of this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel. I am doing a 31-day challenge at the moment, which means basically I have to upload a live video every single day for Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, which is this month. This is celebrating our diversity across the asexual spectrum and our differences within it. So normally I'd be reading from my book, Asexual Perspectives book, pretty much every day. But this year, because of the UK Asexuality Conference, I'm giving you some more asexual perspectives. They're not necessarily in my book, that are linked to the conference. And also I'm talking about the conference as well. So I think it's really good. I'm going to be doing a few more reflective videos to do with the conference as well. That was amazing. And I hope to speak to you soon. Well, I will speak to you soon. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.